but she said something about our security isn't in a butter knife in the Lord. Our security is in God. Wow. But yet the butter knife went in. Like just in case. Just in case. And I remember Grandma carried mints with her all the time. Oh, man. And she would hand these out liberally. She was generous with those mints. And to me, they're just symbolic of her generous heart. Which, by the way, her generous heart doesn't come from her personality. It comes from love for Jesus, who is generous. And when I think of the challenges that she encountered, I cannot imagine those personally. I have not experienced anything close to that. I think at times, but they don't measure to that. And yet there's a heart of generosity behind it. And if you can learn the generous heart of Jesus through a difficult life, that's legit generosity. That really is. The third thing is that German Bible. I think I was about 8 years old or so, sleeping in the living room of the home we visited yesterday. And I think it was like a pull-out couch bed. I'm not even sure I got that right, whether I remember that correctly or not. But I remember early one morning, I woke up as Grandma came into the kitchen, and she turned on a light, and she took out her Bible, and she's reading. I can see her lips moving. She's not saying anything, but she's reading the Bible. And she bowed her head and closed her eyes and folded her hands. And now I could hear her. But all I could recognize in her German prayer were the names of people. And she was praying for people. And I heard my name. And I remember that. It's so significant for me. My grandma would pray for me by name, not just for the grandkids, but by name. And so these yesterday morning were my reflections, and I was thinking about that. And then yesterday, at your home, in that box of photo albums was the tribute that you wrote for your mom. And I took pictures of it. And this morning, as I was at Tim Hortons again, I captured part of what you had written. And it really struck me this morning to put my reading assist lenses on. This is what you wrote. Mother's life was not an easy one. It had many valleys of difficulties, trials and temptations. Her commitment to her loving shepherd was strong and steadfast. The confidence in her shepherd helped Mother through difficult times. I underlined this. She lived with a real sense of the loving shepherd's presence. This was evident in the way she lived. Many times, Mother faced discouragement, hard work, and family responsibilities. The situation was especially difficult during Dad's illness. None of us remember hearing her complain or be critical. She was able to cast her cares on the Lord, her caring shepherd. And a little bit later, you wrote this. Today, Mother has left us in person, but left us with an example to follow. Her prayer and concern was that each of her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren would experience a relationship with God like she did. I wrote this for myself this morning. Grandma's prayer and concern did not focus on our academic excellence, our business acumen, our scientific brilliance, our political savviness, our doctrinal correctness, our behavioral perfection, our Mennonite heritage purity, or even our religious expression conformity. What she prayed for us is that we, the grandchildren and great-grandchildren, would experience the kind of relationship with Jesus that she did. That was her prayer. I think of a passage where Jesus writes, it's the only time that he talks about how to enjoy eternal life. You know that there's only one time that he says what that is? In John 17:3, he says that this is eternal life. This is how you would enjoy it. That you would know me, the Son of the living God. That you would know me. That knowing is a current reality and a future reality. Jesus was not just talking about one day when our heart stops and our lungs stop working, and we'll enjoy him there. The intention is to enjoy him here and now, and this way. And this is how Jesus himself says you're going to enjoy life. It's going to be by knowing, by having an intimate friendship with me, by laughing with me and walking life with me, experiencing difficulties and hardships with me. Don't ever do them without me. Join me in your life in mine, and you will truly, truly enjoy eternal life now. And I was wondering as I wrote that this morning, as Uncle Henry, you wrote about your mom, whether if she was to join us at this celebration, whether that wouldn't be, even now that she's touched that eternal perfect place, whether she wouldn't still say, I think Jesus got it right. Enjoy him. Enjoy him. Because that really does make it right. Elfie and I understand that. We have a 30-year-old son who has chosen in this season of his life to not walk with Jesus. We have wonderful conversations together. Wonderful conversations. And he says, Dad, I just don't know if Jesus is real. I think there's God, and I think he's real, but I just don't know for sure, and I'm not going to pretend. And our prayer for our son would be what Grandma is that he would enjoy Jesus, but he would do that really, not pretend, not be religious, not do those kinds of things, but really enjoy him. And so when Uncle Henry wrote those words about Grandma prayed for us, as a dad prays that for his son, I can just sense kind of the emotion behind it as well, the longing that us as now grandchildren and great-grandchildren would have the kind of real trust in a good God. Our grandma, she led the way for us. And so I think greatest honor